Hello, you're here because, like many of us, you have this endless fascination with Steve Jobs, and what you would like to do is to be able to think like him, think like the genius part of him, not the difficult part of him. And that's why you read the books and you go to the movies and you're thinking, I would like to think like him so that I could create the future. Well, here's the one lesson, and the most important lesson that we can all get from Steve Jobs that you can now apply to any company, any organization, anything that you want to create. What he realized is he looked out into the future and he realized that technology wasn't going to go away anytime soon. And what he realized is that that current technology was unreliable, it was complicated, and it was ugly. And in his mind, he thought, if I can make technology that is reliable, simple, and beautiful, he would own the world, which is what has happened to Apple. Now, he didn't know how to build it, but he would recognize it, and that's why when something came with one of the products that was complicated or not beautiful, he'd kick it out at the cost of millions. So this is what you want to do, is to define something, a market that's not going to go away soon, that causes people a lot of frustration and exasperation, maybe even fear. I've done that with my most recent book. It's called Talking to Crazy, and or how to deal with the irrational and impossible people in your life. Why did I write that? Because you're going to talk to crazy most days of your life. Some of it's talking to yourself. So talking to irrational people, the people that drive you crazy, is not going away soon. But if you had a practical, tactical, doable by you, instead of having to be a psychiatrist or psychologist, if you had that kind of Swiss Army knife approach to dealing with irrational people, you would do it. And you would do it starting now. On a more important mission that I'm on, I'm the minor expert author of a book called Inside the Mind of a School Shooter. The principal author is in his 40s, and when he was in his 20s, well, actually when he was in his 20s, when he was a teen, 25 years ago, he had over 1,000 rounds of ammunition and he had guns placed in his high school because he was going to get even with all those people that had hurt him and demeaned him and all those school administrators who ignored the problem. And then at a life-changing event, and he never did it. He got the gun safely out of the high school, and for 25 years he's been living with this, and he understands something about what goes on in shooters that other people don't. Plus, he didn't do it. And so I am co-writing the book with him, and as he goes into his story about what caused him to have a homicidal rage, I'm adding notes about, if you're the parent of a teenager that might be angry, what you can say to that teenager, how you can bring them out, how you can get them to get stuff off their chest so they don't act on it. Or if you're that teenager and you're just filled with this rage that chills you, the book will also show you how to reach out, how to express your cry for help as something that people can hear instead of your acting on it and doing something destructive. In the CNN clip that you'll see below this video, I mentioned how writing that book and bringing the book out to communities will save lives. And the need to save lives in lots of communities is something that is not going away soon.